Alright, how's it going, guys? We're going to do another unboxing today, but instead of my typical barbecue unboxing videos, we're going to do a pressure washer, an electric one. I've been looking for an electric pressure washer for quite some time, and I just haven't found one that I liked. And I didn't want to buy one that was too expensive, but I also wanted to get one that was I thought was a decent quality. Don't know much about Greenworks, but I came across this on Lowe's website, and it was a special order, and it just came the other day, so I thought I'd unbox it. You can see lowes.com/greenworks. I don't know if this is exclusive to them or not, but here's the specs. 2200 psi at 1.2 gallons, and then 2.3 gallons per minute at 100 psi. So it's kind of deceiving. You know, you see 2.3 gallons for 2200 psi from far away, and you're thinking, wow, that's pretty good. It's really good for being electric. And I paid around $270 or $280 for this. Give you an overview. I'm sorry the light here's not cooperating. I'm doing this in my garage, but let's see if you could see that. It includes 5 tips and then a turbo nozzle, or that's included with the 5 tips. And a lot of the pressure washers I saw out there didn't have a cart kind of like this, and I wanted something that didn't tip over as easy, or wouldn't be able to tip over. So this has a LED or digital sensing where it just automatically changes pressure depending on what nozzle you're using there. So it's a brushless motor, which I like as well. 25-foot hose and 35-foot length. But alright, well, let me go ahead and open this up and then we'll get started. Alright, before I get into the box, I just kind of wanted to show you, the box is actually pretty small for a pressure washer, which for some reason I thought was going to be big because of my gas one that came shipped. Just kind of give you a size comparison. As you can see, this is just a typical 5-gallon bucket, and so the box isn't really that big. I actually have a gas one here, and that's a Generac one wash. It's a 3100 psi, and it has adjustments, and you can adjust the pressure and everything. But I just needed something for light duty and something that I didn't have to keep running all the time, like washing a car or cleaning some of my grills that I have in the corner there. So let's see here. Let's open this up. Sorry about the shaky camera. I know I've been getting a lot of comments because I shake too much or anything, but it's only a one-man show, you know. I don't have a fancy setup, so it looks well packaged here. Let's see. This is the tips. Oh, there's even a little nozzle for, or a little holder for the turbo nozzle. It's a little dinged up here. I guess it's not that big of a deal. It's just a sticker. Let's see what else we got here. It's probably to hold one of the hoses. Let's see. It's a wand here. Huh. It looks like the handle. Alright, sorry, I don't know where I was at. UPS showed up, so while I was filming, here is the gun. I think I'm going to replace this just because I got a foam cannon that I'm using here. Let's see, what else is in here? We've got some wheels. Maybe not. Can't get them out. The turbo nozzle and some hardware. Feels like a hard rubber. Wow, they're pretty big size. I thought the wheels were going to be a little bit smaller. There isn't much on this pressure washer. There's a few reviews, but That's part of the reason why I'm doing this video. Let me go ahead and get the rest of this out. It's kind of difficult with one hand, so I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, I pulled everything out of the box. This is another rubberized wheel. Well, it's like a hard plastic. I don't know if it's rubber. It kind of feels rubber. I'm not quite sure. And then we got a 25-foot hose. I'm probably going to be replacing this because 25 feet is probably not big enough, or long enough, I mean. Then you got your owner's manual here, and then you got the actual unit itself. And then I believe it comes with a 35-foot extension, or this cord here, with the ground in here, or GFCI, or whatever it's called. Alright, I couldn't find much information like I mentioned earlier. I even called Greenworks, and they do make it, but it's so new that they haven't had a chance to put it up on their website. So there's nothing essentially available besides Lowe's website at this moment. They're the exclusive for this. Just kind of give you an overview. This is on and off. They made it look like this is a gas tank, you know. And then stickers. The manufacturer's claiming this is what the LED part is, what it lights up, but it's just a sticker. I'm guessing there's just maybe a backlight telling you what it is. And then this pretty big soap tank. It's a lot bigger than the one I have on my Generac, I think. It looks bigger at least. So, alright, well let me go ahead and pull out the manual and start setting this up. So, alright. All there is this little thin piece of paper. Setup looks pretty easy, but step one is we're going to be putting the wheels on, and this is the hardware you're going to be using. This big old pin here, 2 washers, and this little cotter pin here, or push pin, whatever they call it here. And I already set one up here, and you're going to grab your wheel. You're going to put cotter pin, wheel, and then right before you hit this axle you're going to put a washer, another washer, and then you'll put that pin right in here. There's a little hole to put the pin in. You set up there, and you do that on both sides here. Then the next step is you're going to grab the handle, and we're just going to shove it in here, which I can't do with one hand, and then you just push that pin down. So let me go ahead and get that started and I'll get back with you guys. Alright, let's see, the next step is we're putting that crossbar here on, and I just kind of mocked it up right now. There's really nowhere else for it to go, so you can't miss it. You got 2 holes here. I know it's hard to see. This just snaps into place, and then there's 4 screws here, you can see, and I'm going to put those 4 screws on. But while I'm at it, you got another little wand holder, it looks like, here, and then this, there's only one spot for it to go, so it goes on like this, as you can see there. And there's 2 screws for that. And this final piece here looks like it's to hold the hose, and it looks like it just goes right on the top here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's 2 little holes like so, and it just kind of hangs there. So let me go ahead and finish putting this on and putting the screws on that, and I'll get back with you guys. Alright guys, I went ahead and set it all up. I didn't think you wanted me to show you how to connect a wand. And this is just your wand here. You just screw it in, and on here it's going to look like you didn't screw it in all the way because there's still going to be threads exposed, but don't over tighten it. You're going to strip it or break it because this is plastic holding in a metal, so it just slides into there like so. This is the pump location at the bottom, which is pretty typical, either the bottom or the side. Let's see here what the pump looks like. It's pretty small, I guess. This is my first electric pressure washer, so this is all kind of, I'm used to my big gas one where the pump was twice this size, you know. And let's set it back up, see if I can do this one-handed. This thing weighs about, I think they said 40 or 45 pounds. So it's not light, but it's also not too heavy. Here's the hose. The hose feels really cheap, but then again, I don't think you need a heavy-duty hose. It is electric, so kind of a rubberized rubber kind of hose instead of that hard plastic that you typically see. I just put one of these little Velcro ties that, I don't know if you can see that, until I can get a better clip. You know, I just didn't want the hose dangling. The thing I didn't like on the cord is there's no way to attach your hose, so it's gonna dangle. So I just put another little Velcro clip. It's hard to see, you can hear it, and just Velcroed it onto here. But that's where you hold your hoses or your electrical cord. And then this is where you plug in. I don't know if you could see that. You plug in your hose. Oh, it's a little loose. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't leak there. You can see. And then obviously your soap goes in through here. But so far, I like it, you know. We'll see how it performs. I'm gonna put it to the test. I got a foam cannon for to wash your cars with. Coming in, it should be in later on this week, and then I got a surface cleaner, and I know it's not going to be a fair comparison with my gas, but I'm just going to see what it does. My gas is 31, but I can turn down the pressure. I can see if I can turn it down to similar to what this is and see what the results are. Let me set this on the ground real quick. I'm just going to keep it raw. I'm not even going to stop filming. Alright, my battery died, but here it is on the ground. It's a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. It's actually about the same size as the gas, and it was a little expensive, I guess you would say, for electric, for consumer wise. Obviously it's not prosumer or the higher end on the prosumer, I guess, consumer side. Here you can actually buy a gas electric pressure washer for the same price, if not cheaper. So it's one of those things that you guys have to take into account. The only thing I know I'm probably not gonna like, well, it's not I'm not gonna like it, I just wish maybe the handle went down here, kind of folded over. As you can see, I'll pull it out eventually when I do the comparison, but it's hard to see the handle here for storage, so everything folds down, so it makes it easier to store. I know I have tons of crap on top, but it's all fairly lightweight. But that's what I liked about this, is you didn't have this big huge handle, and I'm able to put stuff on, which you shouldn't, but it's just easier to store. There is no way to do that with this here. You know, it just don't fold it. You can take the handle off, but that's just more of a hassle by pushing these two little pins. Then you got to store a handle, and then you're gonna ding everything up if it matters to you. I don't know if this has been tested or not, but when I was unraveling all the stuff, water came leaking out of the pump and out of the hose. So hopefully it's oil. If they did test it, they fogged it or whatever, so there wasn't anything left. So, well, I guess we'll see when I put it to use. But here's one quick overview. And I was correct, this is their digital pressure sensing on board LED. I don't know if you guys can see that, where it lights up depending on which tip you have. Then it's just a little guide of 40 degrees for your car, 25 for the fence, and then 15 for brick. Up to 50% increased water flow versus Greenworks 2000 psi. So, alright guys, hopefully I have that a review video here up in the next week or so. But that's it. You guys have a good one.